Welcome, Viva. We are live, and today we're doing our first episode. Something that our members have brought up is, helping people get started, and this is something that we do pretty much, well, obviously, every day. So the idea today is to help you get started, and for those of you who are training, to give you some motivation. Look, most people, when they start out with fitness, they start out with the right intentions, but unfortunately, they fail. And it is true. Most people, without the right support and guidance, fail. Now, as a nation in Australia, look, around about 15% of the population are actively involved in health clubs exercising, and that is appalling. So as a nation, we are failing. If you're training and exercising, well done, you're a part of that 15%. So over the last 20 years, that number has just slightly improved. We're talking about fractions of percents here. But all in all, 85% of the population aren't doing very much. And that's something that's pretty sad for us in the industry, because we really try our heart out to help people do more and make it easier for them to get started. But obviously, we're failing. So I want to help you guys understand and I suppose learn a few tricks along the way to make sure and just check in with yourself that you're setting yourself up to succeed rather than fail. Because there are people out there, of course, that are succeeding with their fitness, and there are some just average, weekend warriors. That's you and I, who like the way exercise makes us feel and enjoy the challenge that we get from exercise, and how that helps us with our daily rituals, the things that we like to do, and just general improve our lives. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about today, and it's inspired by a sensational book, which, if you're starting out on the fitness journey, and if perhaps you've done it before and again you've failed, which again most people have somewhere along their lines. Certainly, if you're a younger child or in your childhood, I suppose, growing up and not doing a lot of fitness, and perhaps it was something that was not really a massive part for you, and that's okay, guys. There's heaps of people out there, but we do know that what you do in your childhood and where you have been from a younger age will evolve and continue on into adulthood, and that goes for a wide range of things. And of course, definitely with fitness, what you've done in a young age is going to form your attitudes towards what you're doing today. But it doesn't need to be that way. And if you're not comfortable with where that is, you can change. And it all starts up here. This is your processor. This is your computer CPU. What you say and the way you feel about things, of course, your experiences and your past has brought you to that point, and formulates those ideas, is where you are. But if you want to change that, you can change that behavior. And basically, there's a book out, which is a fantastic book, and I want to share that with you, like my little notes there, called No Sweat by Michelle Segar. And I encourage anybody who has struggled with fitness or is struggling with fitness to get a copy of this book, because it goes into detail. This Michelle Segar is a behavior modification expert, and she's devoted her time into researching psychology behind exercise, how it makes us grow, but also why people win and why most fail. And it really starts with your why. So what I want to talk to you about today is lending some information from Michelle and the book No Sweat. First paragraph starts with, does it all have to be sweat? And it's really not all about the sweat. So that's what we're going to talk about today. You've started exercise, or you're thinking about starting exercise. So ask yourself the question, why? Why is it that I'm about to embark on a fitness journey? Or why is it I'm currently exercising? Why? it's super important to understand that when you start, although you might be starting with the right intention, for example, what's the number one reason people join health clubs? To lose weight. Okay, so if we are after losing weight, we hear that, or to improve your health. Okay, the issue, although these are very strong, the issue behind the two of these is they are, I suppose, they don't relate to your daily priorities and your daily goals right now. And we live in a world of instant gratification. What is instant gratification? You don't feel good, you want to feel good immediately. People today are working longer hours and harder than ever before. It's so normal for people to work, more than 8 hours a day, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, plus 6 days a week, 7 days a week. It's, sometimes it's really crazy. And the same thing, the other thing is with the internet where we are today is for small business owners and so forth and others, your phone's going, you get messages, clients, emails, and Facebook even today is penalizing us, for example, Viva. If we don't respond to you quickly, it then puts up a message saying sometimes responds. Today is all instant. It's super fast. And as good as that is, it does create some concerns and makes things difficult. So for you at home, instant gratification means you're working harder than ever before. Kids, schools, families, partners, work, and so forth. And it sometimes can get a bit much, and you want to feel a little bit better or get a reward for winning your day. And those rewards can often be, for some persons, that's certainly the emotional eater, food and sugar to make you feel good. What do we also use today ever more than what we have in the past? Alcohol. Have a glass of wine to enjoy and relax after a winning day. So we do this, and instant gratification is built into who we are and how we go about things today. And understanding that is really, really important with exercise because it goes hand in hand. Just on that though, often the things that cost us nothing are the things that are forgotten. So when you're on holidays, let's say, the stuff that we tend to do more often when we are on holiday, perhaps, take walks, do the gardening, whatever your hobbies might be, and spend time doing the things that you love. It costs you, of course, the most precious, valuable tool of all, which is time, but it costs you $0. So often when we have the time to do things, we don't really look for those things to instantly make us feel better, like caffeine, alcohol, sugars, as much, when we have a little bit more time up our sleeve. But back to fitness and how that relates. Fitness, people, again, often start out with weight loss as a focus, or to improve their health because the doctor has said if you keep going this way, or we need you to do this, or you're a little bit overweight, you should change, and so on. So we start out with the right intention, but it doesn't immediately impact your day immediately. And we need that, again, going back to instant gratification. So where it is super important to begin is to understand that, because I want to talk about, I suppose, the wrong why. And the wrong why is to lose weight. The wrong why is, to make that change based on what the doctor said. And when we start with this, think about it in the past. If you've failed in the past, possibly it was because you were chasing one of those wrong whys. So we call this the cycle of failure. And that's starting out with the wrong why. And when you start out with one of those, you then create a behavior of creating a chore. When you have the wrong why, lose weight, I have to go to the gym. Now, if you have to go to the gym, thanks for joining us, guys. If you have to go to the gym, well, you've got a lot of other things to do in your day too. So it becomes a chore going to the gym, and you've got enough chores. Mums, am I right? Students, you guys, we've got lots of stuff to do in our day, heaps and heaps of stuff. So adding chores to our day is not the best way of going about things. We've got to do it, okay? But it comes down to needs and wants. There's things at home that you have to do, and there's other things that you want to do. We want to create more of that want. So if we create that wrong why, we start with a chore, lose weight, the chore, do fitness. And then I should go. We start making excuses. We start saying we should do this, we should do that. And we start going through this cycle of failure. Okay, keep going around and around. Start with the wrong why. It becomes a chore. We feel like we should do it. We need to do it. We should do it, but we don't want to do it. Okay, we're not listening to what's happening in here. We're listening to this and external factors, and that's what it comes down to. And certainly Michelle Segar again discusses this in her book. And again, if you're on this journey, for God's sake, $30 to improve your life, to read this book, honestly, will make a massive difference. Certainly working with a coach and just doing a little bit of work on that there will make a massive difference and impact the rest of your life and hopefully your families as well. So that's where we start. So I'll ask you now a question, which is, what is your relationship with exercise? In other words, why do you exercise? Think about it. What I know, being involved in our club for over 20 years, but obviously being involved and starting as a family business in 99, is I've learned, I suppose, a lot from our members in regards to who succeeds and who doesn't. And we see it all the time. And we have lots of members at the club that are happy with where they are, doing what they're doing because they found their routine. And in finding their routine, there are some things that stand out. And often it is, we often speak to our members about what their goals, what they're working on. And most turn around that have been there, we've got members at the club 5, 10, 15, 25, 30 plus years at our club, which is sensational. And, the reason why most of these guys exercise is because it's the way it makes them feel. It's the way it helps them with their day. It's the way it improves their life, their psyche, their focus, their intent, their attention to detail. That makes a massive, massive difference. When we start with the right why, when we get started with exercise, the right whys are, again, energy, focus, attention, the way it makes you feel. Going back to instant gratification, when you exercise and when you do something that makes you feel good for as many minutes as it needs to be, and by the way, we can upregulate all the things that make us feel good, testosterone and all the things that can bring us down and make us, I suppose, a little more anxious, perhaps feelings of depression, by getting into a power pose. And a power pose is simply long, tall, strong, tall, lengthened spine, chest back, tummy's tight, and into a strong position. Now, this is a position that presenters often would be using, one finger in front of their belly button, nice and tall. Now, this position looks very similar to perhaps being in the gym, because most of the positions that we're doing are tall, strong, and in what's called a power pose. This makes us feel good, okay? So when we're exercising to feel good or improve our day or have the strength to do what you want to do on the weekends, to have the fitness to be able to get through what it is, your gardening, to have the mobility to be able to get down and get up, to be able to have the mobility. I've got a client, Ilario, who's 68, who does wonderful things, can jump in and outside of his boat, cleans it, does it all on his own, finds it as a challenge, and he enjoys doing that. It's wonderful to see that. That is the right why. When you do that, you get instant gratifications that I feel better. What I did helps me be the person I want to be. And when we start with that, it's those continual routines and rituals, those little bits that add up and compound, and then work towards being healthier and losing weight. But at least every single day you go and you do something, you can relate that to a win in your life. When you keep those little wins going, the bigger wins come. Rather than losing weight where you come into the gym, and we see this, people jump on the scales and immediately expect change. When they don't see change, it's like, I got up. Let's think about this. You've done everything in one day, okay? You've got up and you're on your mission. Sorry, I hope we're still there. Apologies, guys. Computer's trying to update. What happens is most people, again, you get up in the morning, you get into your routine. Let's say you've started on a crusade and you start compounding little things together to see some change. So you get your glass of water, and by the way, good ritual, jump up in the morning. First thing you do, large glass of water. Try to get some hydration in your morning. Try to get some movement, go outside, get a little bit of sunshine. It's a really good way to start your day. So let's say, and that might be a goal for you, that's where you start. Then you pack in some protein and some fats for your breakfast. So let's say we're going to go scrambled eggs for brekkie. Fantastic. Or a turkey patty, some avocado and egg. Good. So now you've done two good things to help you with your fitness. You get on with your day, you crush your day, you make it happen. You even get outside at lunchtime, get some sun and go for a walk, take some time out, have a nutritious chicken salad at a park, get back to work, make it happen, go home, get into the gym, crush your workout, and then on your way out, you think you'll check the scales. Now you go and check the scales and zero, nothing, nada has happened. That can be devastating, because over the last 24 hours, you've been stacking these little behaviors, and they are fantastic behaviors. Hopefully you're feeling good from doing those, which make you perform your day better. But then you don't lose any weight. So everything you've done is judged with such a heavy weighting and priority on that one thing. Have I lost weight? And you know what? People put so much weighting, so much priority into that all the other cool stuff, the good stuff that they've just done, is forgotten. And that's sad, but that's again coming out with starting with the wrong why. Yes, you want to lose weight. Yes, you want to get healthier. We get it. But the point is this, guys, it doesn't relate to your day. And the science shows that if you have a priority, a goal, purpose behind your fitness, to help you with your day, something that's instant in each day, you will get the result that you want. 75% of persons that get started with a why, and again, Michelle Seeger goes into the details here from a study in 2007. 75% of people who start out with the wrong why, lose weight, to get healthy, fail and keep failing. They start with a goal that's large. They feel that it's a chore, they should do it, and then they fail again. So the right why and the motivation to succeed through the right why is the opposite to that. The right why, so let's have a look here. I've got a couple of pages in my book to point out to you. And again, I can whack this up and put some more information out. But let's start with this. The successful cycle of motivation. Let's check that out. Okay, here we are. The right why. You can see focus, energy, fun, social interaction. Just come down to the club and do any class with, Amy wearing her pink pants, or, the quiet one, my sister Larissa, or even, Janice upstairs just having a ball tomorrow on Ultimate Workout. These classes are fun. The endorphins, fantastic. When you go and join that class, you're going to give yourself a little gift rather than a chore. This is a gift to you. It makes you feel good about your day. It makes you feel like you're on your path. It makes you feel like you're doing what you need to do in your life. And therefore, you want that. You want to do it more. You don't feel like you need to or you should. It just becomes a part of your day. So when we have the right why, the successful cycle of motivation, again, those reasons, we turn exercise from a chore on one hand to a gift. And that is the key when starting out. And I mention this to many persons, every person that walks through our doors. what is the gift of exercise? What is your relationship with exercise? I exercise to lose weight, to this, to that. We want to come back to, again, we know that's not the best way of going about it. The best way, even though you start out with the right intention, is focus, energy, and fun. And then how can we find that gift in exercise? Because often if people have failed in the past, again, through these negative whys, and here's some more information about this that I just want to point out. When we have failed, often with the wrong why, we have a negative meaning for exercise. So the negative meaning is, I need to do this because. We set maybe unachievable weight goals. You feel discouraged because of your physical activity. And sometimes you can become to dislike activity. This is all red flags. We've got to be really careful with this sort of stuff and understand that if that's you in the past, that's cool. That's fine. You've been there, you've done it, and at the time you thought that was right, then getting some education along the way to find the right why is super important. So let's think about this and take this away for you today. What is the gift of exercise to you? If there's one thing we can take away, it is, why do you exercise? And as simple as that, make sure it relates to your day. So for me to have these conversations with you, I have the reasons to exercise for me and for most of the people at Viva, and for our 30-year plus members, and for our teams like Janice, Jamie's, Anthony's, and these guys that are just good role models for fitness. But again, we have people like Jimmy Pink at the club, 94 years of age this year. Janice just turned 80. That's Janice Murphy. These guys exercise because it's a routine habit, and they feel good with that. And these are the ones that are continually going and pushing forward. They started with the right why, and they've maintained that. So the relationship for exercise and you needs to be based on where you're at for the day. Something like, I exercise to handle my stress at work. I exercise as an outlet for my stress. Great, gives you more energy. Okay, Michelle's written a few more items here, which is, I exercise to, and this is tried and tested again in her research. We know that exercise can improve your mood, your energy, life satisfaction, just meaning you can get more from it. You can be more positive. Look, if your body's not working that well, and if you don't feel that good in yourself, then life isn't that much fun. And there's a chance that you possibly could be making that for somebody else. If you don't feel good in yourself, then it's very hard to make others around you feel good. If you don't love yourself, it's very hard to give love to others. So it does improve our satisfaction when we feel good about what we're doing, and that leads to more positive impact in your life. It can improve sleep, of course, productivity, creativity, and gives you strength for daily activities. We know this, okay, and improves your self-worth. It also can decrease stress, anxiety, depression, cognitive decline, meaning brain function, and even if it doesn't improve things for some of our members that are perhaps a little bit older, it will slow the aging process. We know now through studies that strength training is the #1 way for us to stay young. It changes our telomeres, which is in our DNA, the length of those, and keeps us younger. So looking at certainly, and you'll see, we know that. Look at a lot of people that that have done strength training in their 60s, 70s and so forth, and how they look compared to somebody who has done flat out endurance training all of their life, played lots of sport. There is a massive difference in the way they look and their general health at that age. So we know strength training certainly will help with that function. So when we start out again with the relationship, we find that exercise can be a gift rather than a chore. So the question to you is, what is the gift that exercise brings to you? I ask this regularly, and for me, it's as simple as this: to feel good. every day, that's going to be different. And along your journey, exercise will change. And the reason why you exercise will change from day, from week, whatever that might be. It could be that things are challenging at work. So this week I'm exercising to relieve that stress and just to let it out a little bit, to be free, no different than an animal. Have you ever walked a dog? Perhaps you've got a puppy and you put them on a lead and you get down to the park and you see them wagging their tail, their eyes are open, they're just loving their environment and they're out there doing it. Well, we're animals too, guys. And when we have that freedom of being able to move and get out there, we get that same feeling and that same rush. That's called well-being, vitality. And that's going to improve your mood as well as down-regulate those things like stress and depression. So again, if you're starting out with exercise, or if your current program and you're failing with your motivation, then I implore you, go back and look at why you exercise and perhaps start with the easiest one. If you're going to start now, just think about improving your energy, improving your mood. And of course, it takes energy to exercise, but it's funny. And funnily enough, on our Facebook video, hopefully you've seen a recent celebration that we did with Tim, discussing, and if you haven't, go and check it out. He discusses how funny it is to him that he uses all this energy, but it's given him so much more in his day, and he doesn't have feelings of being mad, and he feels more calmer in himself. He's scratching an itch, guys, and because of that, he feels better. And if we can find that for you, that's certainly going to make change. The next thing I want to talk about along this, so the first point, guys, the right why leads to success. The wrong why is the vicious cycle of failure. The next point I wanted to bring up is just to reevaluate, because I had a chat with a member yesterday who discussed needing a certain amount of time. And unfortunately, in 1996, there was a report that came out regarding fitness, and that's where today, unfortunately, we still have that same message. I reckon it was only, I don't know, it would have had to be within the last 12 months where I've seen adverts saying, are you doing, g'day, hello, are you doing 30 minutes of exercise today? Like, get out, put your walking shoes on and go for a walk at lunch, which is fantastic, guys, by the way. That's absolutely brilliant. But it doesn't need to be 30 minutes. Did you know that? Exercise and fitness is everything. So let's think about this. The American College of Sports Medicine, the ACSM, put out this report and then put it back into 2007 that you need to be doing a minimum of 20 minutes exercise. It's absolute rubbish. You do not, okay? So we don't need to. And the thing is, now we have wearable technology like Fitbit, Garmin's, and other apparatus that are out there that track fitness for less than 8 minutes. And here's the thing. When you get up on the path, you start off with your water, you get out, you do some exercise, and let's say you get 5 minutes in the sunshine and you're a mum at home and you think, good, the kids are still in bed, I'm going to get up a little bit earlier so I can crush some of my chores for the day so I can feel like I'm ahead rather than chasing my tail. It could be, getting your stuff, getting the washing done, getting the stuff off the line, getting yourself moving. That's all fitness, guys. That is all fitness. But if you put some extra intent into it, it will make a difference. So for the household warrior at home, if you focus on these parts of your day when you move and turn that into a gift to yourself that I could do this and do this better the way I do this. I love my gardening and I set myself little challenges when I do that to see how much I can get myself done, would be an example. When you do that, it's more likely, and this is super important, that you're going to find more time during your day to do that again. So when we have an attitude of fitness has to be a certain amount of time rather than fitness can be everything, it's just the input you put into it, we're more likely to do more during our day. And persons that manage their weight are doing that whether they know it or not. So that's a really good habit, guys. First point is this. Fitness is everything. You don't have to worry about 20 minutes. If you've got 2 minutes, go for it. Okay? If you get a couple of minutes in the afternoon to wrestle your child at home, mums, and do some dancing, put the music on, go live, no one's watching, have some fun. You're more likely to perhaps go for a walk to the shops later rather than drive your vehicle. It's these little things that add up and make change when we're talking about weight management and fitness. So my point there is to just be gentle with yourself. The last point I'd like to make, I should say, is just be gentle. We've discussed relationship with exercise, why you do what you do. Start out with the right why rather than the wrong why. We've discussed exercise does not need to be 20 minutes. It does not need to be 30 minutes. It can be as little as a couple of minutes here and there. Why? Because as Michelle Segar also mentions in her book, you're more likely to do more when you get up on the path. You will stay on the path. You know what it's like. You're on a crusade. You're doing really well. As soon as you fall off, it takes a little bit of time to jump back on and get back into it. So that's point 2. Point 3, and this is for everybody at the club and something that I must mention just day in, day out. And these are the big things that I wanted to put across to you. And we do this, our team at the club, is just to be gentle with yourself, guys. Life's busy, man. It's full on. There's stuff happening. You got finances. Let's talk about the big 3. You got family and relationships. You've got your career, okay, and you've got your health. So career, finances. These are the 3 massive things in your life that you're managing, let alone your home, your personal development, your professional development, your own spiritual psyche, your leisure activities. The 3 big ones, health, relationships, and wealth, career, they take up a lot of your time and a lot of your focus. So there are times when things are going to get in your way. And that's cool. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. It's all right. You know, if you've got 5 minutes to do something, go and do it. Let's go back to point 2. If you get a chance to do it, go and do it. If you look back at your day and you say, I didn't get to the gym, I should have done that, I should have done that. Just think about the words you're saying. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Tell yourself, today I didn't get there, and instead of shoulda, woulda and beating yourself up, just learn from it. Try to factor that in the next day to make it up, to get a little bit of balance. And if you straight away look at the next day and think you're already overwhelmed with activities and stuff that you need to do during the day, then perhaps for you, try to find pockets where you can move so at least you're getting the feeling of feeling good and removing guilt, because that guilt compiles and it's unnecessary baggage that you have with everything else that you're trying to achieve in your day. You don't need to walk around with a backpack full of bricks of guilt saying, I should be doing this, I could be doing that. Just be gentle. Do what you can when you can. And this is the thing. When you start that way and when you keep going that way, you keep adding pockets. You keep adding it. It doesn't happen overnight. Exercise, fitness, any new behavior that you take on always takes a little bit of time, a little bit of juggling. So just be gentle with the process. If you're a uni student and you go and sign up to uni, you don't automatically hit your goal. You don't automatically a week later turn out with your 3-year degree. It doesn't work that way, guys. And the same thing with fitness. It's a new behavior. You go to uni, you get enrolled, you go to your first class, you're overwhelmed with all these new people, the new surroundings, the environment, the stuff that you're having to negotiate to be there, the conversations you're having with other people, with yourself, with your family about what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're going about it, how it's going to help. I don't know. Can I do it? Can't I? It's a new behavior. Same thing with fitness. So expect that that's a part of the process. The process is to find routine and be gentle and juggle, learn from your bits and pieces throughout the day so you can keep that routine, because why? It makes you feel good doing that exercise. It makes you feel good to do what you want during the day. Or, you know, last week I was unable to bend over in the garden because my back was sore, and now I feel good that I'm doing something about it. I've still got a bad back, for example. That could be a goal here. I've still got some tightness in my hips, but at least I feel good that I'm doing something about it, that I'm not talking about it. I'm not feeling guilty and I'm not feeling down. My attitude is immediately changed to I'm on the right path. I'm making it happen. And that is a really, really important can-do attitude for life. So 3 things to summarize for today, guys, and have some fun with it. Firstly, again, check it out. No Sweat, Michelle Segar. If you are wanting a pep up, if you want to revisit your motivation for exercise, if you've struggled and failed, here is a great go-to. Jump on Amazon. I'm sure you can get a Kindle version for your iPad or on your phone. And the lesson that we learn from that is what does the gift of exercise bring to you? Is it a chore or is it a gift? Are you motivated by long-term things, or you are training towards long-term outcomes, or are you training towards the right motivation, which is focus, attention, the way it makes you feel, improvement in your day-to-day? Think about that, guys, and put that into place. For example, on that, today, my exercise is going to be made up. I teach martial arts to kids. So I haven't scheduled specific exercise in. I'm lucky enough to be able to do that today, although my day does go for 10.5 hours today. So I've scheduled that in to my day with the kids today. I'll be doing some movement in that. That's fine for me today. I'm okay. Tomorrow, I'm going to schedule some time out to do some designated me-time training. That works for me. So and what that will do for me is maintain my mobility. It's going to make me feel good immediately after doing that session. That's all I want from today. It's simple as that. I know that it makes me feel good because in the past, I've felt better after exercise. So that's a motivation for future. Number 2, how many minutes do I need to do in that? Well, for today, I couldn't care less. I'll be moving over my day. I've already, for example, walked to the shops this morning, and I'm going to find little pockets to move today just to be active. It's as simple as that. So your movement doesn't need to be 20 minutes, guys. If you've got 10 minutes, we can give you plans for 10 minutes if you don't know what they are. The point is to be active, and if you're at home, walking to the shops, turning your household chores into some exercise. For example, the vacuuming, go live, put on some music and go for it. Dancing with your kids, playing wrestles, getting outside, kicking the ball, being active. You'll be amazed when you start with that, what then happens throughout your day. So exercise and fitness is everything. Don't think it needs to be 20 or 30 minutes. And the third point, this is specifically to beginners and those that are challenged by maintaining a continual nice routine with fitness, is just to be gentle. If you speak to the Rogers at our club, and I'm going through some members that I'll see in the morning, the Janices, the Rogers, they don't beat themselves up when they miss a session. They say, where were you last week? Oh, look, I wasn't able to get here, but I'm here now. Or I did something else. And don't worry, I've got it covered. They are automatically finding this routine, and that's what we can learn from them. They don't have a lose weight goal. They don't have a to be healthier goal. These are all parts of it. Don't get me wrong, but they're exercising for energy, for satisfaction, for ability, for strength, for function, for improved attention. So 3 things, guys. Again, number 1, start with the right why. Number 2, exercise and fitness, it can be everywhere and everything in your day. Try to look at it from that point of view. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes structured fitness. Certainly, do the stuff that you love on that. That's another subject. But guys, you've got to find little things that you can enjoy doing. If you don't enjoy it, we know you won't continue with it. And finally, number 3 is just be gentle. You're going to try some things. You're going to like them. You're not going to like some things. That's cool. Just keep on it and keep making it happen, guys. Viva Fitness. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it that you have come and jumped in and jumped on with us today, guys. There's lots happening at the club. Please post your questions. If there's anything that you like over the next 6 weeks, we're going to specifically focus on speaking beginner to support you. And for those, again, that need a little bit extra support with your motivation, please post down your questions. I really, really would like to answer them. Today, we don't have any questions. I expected that being the first one. But in the feed, guys, please post some comments. And next week, we're going to be talking about some more rituals that you can do and little things that you can do to improve your overall health, like water and so forth. Little snacks, little hacks that you can do at home to keep on the path. So anything that I can help, guys, anything that we can help with or you'd like to hear from, just post it. I really appreciate you coming and joining us. Check it out. and we'll bump it up on the website so you can refer to this in future. Go on, crush your day, guys. Make it happen.